Okay, let's study about American Textbook Reading Base 2. Okay, it's Unit 2, Science, Water Habitats. Vocabulary, lake, run, fresh, shelter, beaver, dam, safe, mammal, whale. Water habitats. There are water habitats for animals and plants. A lake is one of water habitats. It is a large area of water with land all around it. Most lakes contain fresh water. Plants and animals live uh, together in lakes. Oh yes, but have you ever go to Caspian Sea?
No.
Caspian is nearby Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Russia. And I'm so curious, but is it a lake or sea? But it's so very famous because if so many people said Caspi is lakes, but uh, yes, generally they say like that. But I don't think so. But it looks like a sea because it's their biggest lakes in the world. Have you ever been to Caspi? Caspi is bigger than South Korean. Yes, it's bigger than South Korea, but in Korean lakes, there are no biggest lake. There are biggest lakes in South Korea, but Korean land is bigger. Yes, isn't it? But Korea is bigger, but is big as like one of the country in Asian continent. Is as big as uh, where is it? I think it's bigger than Cambodia. It's so big. It's very big lake. I think so. And then, okay, but if you have time, you can go to Caspian on this if Corona is finished. Okay, and animals use them for food and shelter. But do you know what is alligator? But if alligator go to desert, alligator can survive, isn't it? Is it right or wrong? No, because if alligator has to survive, it has water. Because alligator have to eat water, drink water. Because if human can't eat water, they how can they survive? They can't because but they would be dying, isn't it? Like that. And I'm a human, isn't it? But you are a human too, and we are people. But if you go to desert to live 3 days, but can you live 3 days? Oh, but I can. But it's so hard to live, isn't it? But I can. Yes. Anyway, but it's very hard, and there are so many shelter and habitats. Okay, habitats is very important, isn't it? Uh, yes. Okay. Do you know what habitats is hosti? Okay, and then on ocean is on another kinds of water habitats, isn't it? But ocean is water, isn't it? And uh, this is land, and ocean is water. But ocean's water is so salt. It's salty water because ocean is so salt. But lakes is fresh water, very fresh. Okay, and then I will talk to you about water habitats. Water habitats Korean name is 수상, and then have 수상서식지. Okay, and then but it's so difficult, isn't it? But lake, and river, ocean. In South Korea, there are Han River. Han River is so long, and it's one of this the biggest river in Seoul and longest too. Yes, they are a river. Okay, and then a lake. Uh, have you ever gone to Ilsan Lake Park? Is lake, but does Ilsan Lake is big? I don't think so, but it's pretty big, isn't it? It's kind of biggest lake in Goyang, isn't it? But they are small, but in Caspian, and let's talk about size about Caspian and Ilsan uh, Lake Park. Okay, Ilsan Lake Park is like this. It's smaller than my fist is smaller than my fist, but Caspian is pretty big, isn't it? And I think it's lake, but it's one of ocean, but it's I don't know, but because I can't believe it, how big is Caspian. And then but Hukay is a sea because Hukay is it means Black Sea in America in English, but in America there are Hudson River, but it's a river and it's water, isn't it? Hudson River and Ben River, Yangtze River, Korean River, Tokyo River. So what else? Like the kind of river is small. It's very very small. River is very very small. But 그러니까 바다에 비해서는 작다는 거죠. It's smaller than ocean, but ocean is pretty big, isn't it? And like this Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean, like that kind of ocean is so big, isn't it? Like in or Indian Ocean, yes. And then, but yes, before I introduce you about geography, yes, yes. Animals use them for food and shelter. Yes, when they go to lakes, they use food or shelter like that. And because there are so many fish, and they eat fish or they eat plants like that. Yes. And can you believe it about lake? Yes, but I never go to lake. I never go to big, very big lake. But I go to lake just one times is Ilsan Lake. Yes, Ilsan Goyang시 Ilsan Lake Park exists, but it's very big. Okay, and then today we start reading basic 2. Yes, and then let's have 1. Okay, is land habitat, and then let's read about words. Okay, habitats is 서식지 and ecosystem, grassland, land. In Mongol there are grassland in Mongol. Yes, or grassland. Grassland. I love grassland because grassland is so green, and I love a green color. That's why. Oh yes, and there are so many animals live in habitats. But if you are so very curious, please subscribe and alarm please. Oh, thanks so much. I will introduce next time about habitats.